Grand evening, everyone. It is Thursday, March 26, 2026. It is 0100 hours and 20 minutes at night, Central Daylight Time. And we have quite new further developments, quite a few of them. Very historic weekend ahead. I may even come on here later on. Not today, Friday. I'll come on later on if an absolute emergency occurs. This is initially a live stream recording that is posted to my YouTube channel. Sometimes I mean to come on earlier, a lot of the time, and it does not happen that way sometimes. I mean to come on earlier Wednesday. I'm on here almost, well, I really aim to be on here. Let's see. Sundays, always. Mondays, a lot of the time. Wednesdays, always. And Fridays, always. This is a very historic time. And Fridays, always. Okay. I was just checking my audio there. One moment. One moment, stand by before we continue with this live stream. There we go. Just sharing this out a little bit more. I'll share it out even further after this. Let's start. Let's see. That's weird what happened there. That is real weird. I tell you, this, I tell you everyone, this, X is not cooperating the way it usually does. It's really, really strange what is happening here. One moment. I really need to, I'm on my own here for the most part, with this live stream. I'm just checking if everything is working properly. We will start. That is very concerning. As I just showed you there on the home page, something was not working right with X. We could have some kind of media blackout happening right now. The very beginnings of it, or a smaller scale one. Let's see. So we'll start here. Well, we'll start right here, actually. Here in Texas, East Texas, very close to Louisiana, There was a huge explosion at the largest oil refinery in Port Arthur. That was a very large Valero oil refinery, if I remember correctly. Here it is, uh, a video of that.
Not you.
Refinery on fire. Massive explosion that happened there. A huge amount of smoke there and fire. Further back from where this recording was. So that is going to have some kind of effect on oil here domestically in the United States. Then we have this here. We may have some kind of massive false flag or true attack from Iran. Laura Loomer is predicting that many Americans will die in a soon-to-be terrorist attack that will be about 10 times worse than 9/11. Laura Loomer is saying that there will be a terrorist attack that will be 10 times worse than 9/11. So that is many thousands of people dead in an event or series of events coming up soon. Very concerning from Laura Loomer there. Not sure what position she holds. I forget off the top of my head. Then we have this from Leading Report. The U.S. Army is increasing the maximum enlistment age from 34 to 42 years old. That is a seriously concerning development, and it is likely for the draft that is coming up. That is what it is likely for. So when the ages arise, when they rise in the draft, they could bring it up easily to 42 right away when there's a draft. And then they go up from there. So the draft ages will likely be from 18 to 42 starting off because they raised the maximum enlistment age to 42 years old. I expect if there is a draft soon, which it is very likely at this rate, they will have people drafted from 18 to 70 is my prediction. 70 years old, I say. Because in Ukraine, they draft people. They take all men off of the streets from that are in their 60s. I think here in the U.S. they'll do it up to 70. They could raise it and raise it. They could raise the draft age. Well, this post here, it showed a video. It was a real video that I know of. From what I know, it was a real video. And then it showed Indians lined up for gas. There's a massive fuel shortage in India. They will be out of fuel within a week, just like Australia now. I believe this was his account. Let's see. Maybe he made another one. Let's see. Um, I'm not too familiar with his account. He doesn't have the video there, though recently I've seen that India is potentially having fuel shortages. We may have to look into that further. India fuel shortage. Here it is. This is the very video that I've seen from the insider paper. You can see all these Indian people in India rushing to the fuel pumps. This is from a very useful, solid source, very reliable insider paper. It shows all these Indians rushing to the fuel pumps. There is a shortage of fuel in India. All of these Indian people are lining up for fuel in India. Then we have this here. I am not 100% sure if this video is real. I think it is. It's just weird with the emblems on this gas station. We have all of these people here in the US stockpiling fuel. Potentially, if this is really a real post, it's a verified source that we have people here in the US potentially stockpiling fuel now in anticipation of fuel supply disruptions. Not a simple disruption. The entire fuel supply could get cut off soon. There's no fuel going through the Strait of Hormuz now. We don't have much fuel in the strategic oil reserve here in the US. It will not last long. It lasts maybe somewhere in the month's time. Somewhere in the month's time frame. The strategic oil reserve. So we have Americans doing this here in the US. I would love to know where that is. They didn't say where it is, where it was. I would love to know where that is happening here in the US. Though that is extremely concerning, it is a very high possibility, nonetheless, of a total oil supply collapse here in the US, as it is already happening in Australia and maybe even India. So we have shortages of fuel, and then once the fuel becomes short, that is when the price of food becomes very high and other things related to that. And then just obtaining gasoline will be very difficult, as it will become more expensive as this war goes on. So when gas even so much as becomes $10 per gallon for even diesel, it will be likely too expensive for the trucks to run to the stores. That is a lot of fuel that is required. So it is not likely that trucks, boats, trains that run on diesel will be running for much longer due to an outright shortage or it being too expensive, as oil and gas will rise to potentially $500 per barrel at this rate. It is a little over $100 per barrel right now. It's been holding, though it will skyrocket after this weekend, especially Sunday. It will be in my area After Sunday, I expect it to be $4 per gallon for regular gasoline. It is nearing the $4 per gallon for regular gas here near Austin. It is over $3.60 here near Austin, not too far from Austin. So, and it's Texas. It's crazy stuff. It was just over $2 maybe 2 months ago at the same gas stations. Some of the cheapest ones around here are now well over $3 per gallon. And we have this strange thing here. What began as a routine check triggered by a persistent odor led to an unsettling discovery. A hidden lab operating inside a Californian warehouse that was containing dangerous pathogens including HIV, malaria, COVID-19, and Ebola. That is from the Insider paper and LA Times. Crazy stuff there. Recently there was some kind of Chinese lab discovered in Nevada that was much like that. Now there's one that is like that has been discovered in California. Some California warehouse had all of those. Some of the most dangerous pathogens in the world were there, all in that one place. Crazy stuff that is. So we have some kind of bioweapons about to be deployed, or these pathogens themselves, some of the most dangerous in the world, could be deployed here in the United States, starting in California and maybe Nevada, from what we know so far. And we have this here. North Korea has, I did not know this, North Korea has 1.5 million active troops and they are ready to back Iran. So, yes, North Korea recently, the dictator there has said that he is ready to support Iran at any moment. He's been saying things like that. He's been saying if one North Korean is unalived in this conflict, they will get involved. North Korea will get directly involved in the Middle East in World War III. It looks like they are ready. I agree there that they are ready to back Iran. So North Korea could deploy hundreds of thousands of troops to the Middle East to fight the US and Israel and other allied nations, other allied Western nations. So that would be absolutely a huge historic escalation there. We will see what North Korea does in time. I believe North Korea gave Iran a nuclear weapon or some other kind of doomsday weapons. As recently, Iran said they have doomsday weapons. I think it is very likely that it came from North Korea or maybe even Russia or China. Potentially all three of them. That is where Iran could have gotten doomsday weapons. WMDs. So we had this very strange video here. It's from RT News and it's reported elsewhere. It was posted. We could have a potential nuclear weapon being launched soon. This was just a video of someone standing in a conversation, probably a very classified conversation, and this was put out It's a 4-second video of is something launching soon?
Very cool. It's launching soon, right?
Yes.
Very cool. It's launching soon, right?
Yes.
Very cool. It's launching soon, right?
Yes.
Someone saying it's launching soon, right? So imminently, we could have something launching, such as a nuclear weapon, very soon. Very concerning news there. That is one of the most concerning things that I have seen this week. It is one thing after the other this week. One thing after the other with the World War III news. Such are these times. We are in World War III, the total kinetic phase of World War III, week 4, and week 5 begins Saturday night. So, that there is maybe even the full evidence needed that shows that nuclear war is imminent. That is some seriously concerning evidence that something is launching soon and it is likely a nuclear weapon. This was from the White House, that 4-second video. And then they posted another short video earlier of like an American flag. It was very strange. Very strange. Very strange and very concerning news we had here tonight. I will be back soon with further news and personal analysis on all of World War III happenings and events all around the world. This globally is the right word for it. Once again, it looks like it on Friday. Within about 24 hours, I will be back soon with further news and personal analysis on all of these things happening and the latest news. Grok and X seem to be acting up. There may be some kind of outages, as you saw earlier. Keep on preparing. I always recommend physical assets. And love, light, and blessings to you all. I will see you all. I hope to see you all and more on the next one. The next live stream recording.